In the previous video, I presented an overview of the shared responsibility model, focusing on Google's responsibility. Now let's talk about your organization's responsibility in the model. In particular, what do IT teams need to do to protect their data in the cloud? First, it's important to note that the old ways of securing data may not work at all, and so the associated operations have to change. Continuing to do what you've always done might not keep your data secure enough in the cloud environment. Organizations need to reassess their existing security policies and practices and determine how to best use cloud products and solutions to maintain and potentially improve their security posture. Ultimately, IT teams need to control data access, maintain visibility, and be prepared for incidents. Let's break each of these down. First, IT teams need to have a complete understanding of who can access what data. Wherever possible, they need to establish granular access policies. In other words, they need to define who can do what and on what cloud resource. Remember that employees value convenience. This means they often do things without keeping the security of their data top of mind. They write down simple passwords, plug infected USB flash drives into their computers, and delay software updates to avoid painfully long reboots. IT teams can help employees get rid of some of these hassles. How? By enabling multi-factor authentication to protect against phishing without degrading the user experience. Security keys are easy to use and complement password protection. A user can simply plug in a security key and it serves as an extremely effective protection layer between employees and a potential phisher. In fact, since deploying security keys, Google itself has had 0 Google Workspace account hijackings. Second, IT teams and business decision makers need to ensure that they have visibility into what's happening, who is accessing what data and when. Logging and monitoring tools are used here, and many of them are natively provided as part of Google Cloud services. Finally, how do organizations manage a data breach? You hope it never happens, but you have to assume it will, and so IT teams and business leaders need to have a plan in place to successfully deal with it. First, they need to know what's going on by developing situational awareness. Next, organizations need to have a culture that allows teams to work in stressful situations. Put simply, they need to create an open, blameless culture. And finally, organizations need to be ready for what's coming. In other words, they need to maintain operational readiness. To enable customer IT teams, Google Cloud provides best practices, templates, products, and solutions for controlling data access, maintaining visibility, and preparing for breaches. Remember that keeping data safe requires a collaborative approach between the cloud provider and your organization. In the next 2 videos, I'll examine 2 ways that Google Cloud equips organizations to control access to data and information: identity and access management, and resource hierarchies.